Hello students, today we'll do exercise 5.1 question number 17. Find the relationship between a and b so that the function f defined by f of x is equal to ax plus 1, x less than or equal to 3, bx plus 3 if x is greater than 3 is continuous at x is equal to 3. So it is given f of x is continuous at x is equal to 3. The function is continuous. The function is continuous at x is equal to 3. When a function is continuous, then the left hand limit is equal to right hand limit is equal to the value of the function at 3. A function is continuous at x is equal to 3. Then the left hand limit is equal to right hand limit is equal to the value of the function. Therefore, this is given. So, left of 3, the function is defined as ax plus 1 less than or equal to 3. At 3 and also left of 3, the function is ax plus 1. Right of 3, the function is bx plus 3. Right side of b, it is bx plus 3. Now, we have to find the relation between a and b. So let us take left hand limit is equal to the right hand limit. The condition LHL is equal to RHL. So let us take the condition. So left hand limit is limit x tends to 3 minus of f of x. That is limit x tends to 3 minus the left of 3, the function is ax plus 1. Left of 3. 3 minus means left of 3. So it is ax plus 1. So if it is less than 3, we replace x by 3 minus h. We have to take a number very close to 3 but left of 3. So x is 3 minus h. So f of 3 minus h. How do you find f of 3 minus h? You substitute x is equal to 3 minus h. In the place of x, you substitute 3 minus h. So a into 3 minus h plus 1, limit h tend to 0. When x approaches 3, when x is approaching 3, what happens to h? When x approaches 3, h approaches 0. So that when x approaches 3, so h will approach 0. H approaches 0, a into 3 minus h plus 1. So h is 0, you will get 3a plus 1. So the left hand limit is giving you the value 3a plus 1. Now we'll move on to the right hand limit. So right hand limit is limit x tends to 3 plus of f of x. So right of 3, the function is bx plus 3. So substitute f of x as bx plus 3. So if you want to find the right limit, you put x is equal to 3 plus h. So function x is replaced by 3 plus h. So b into 3 plus h plus 3. When you put the value h0, it will become 3b plus 3. So now because the function is continuous, the left hand limit is equal to the right hand limit. So 3a plus 1, left hand limit is 3a plus 1 is equal to the right hand limit, that is 3b plus 3. So 3a minus 3b is 2. So 3 into a minus b is 2. So a minus b is 2 by 3. So a is b plus 2 by 3. So there is a relation between a and b. We move on to the next question. 18th one. For what value of lambda is the function defined by f of x is equal to lambda into x square minus 2x, x less than or equal to 0, 4x plus 1 if x greater than 0, continuous at x is equal to 0. What about the continuity at x is equal to 1? So first it is given the function is continuous at 0. The function, this given function is continuous at x is equal to 0. When a function is continuous, you know the limit exists. Limit exists means left hand limit is equal to the right hand limit is equal to the value of the function. So let us first find the left hand limit. So the function is less than 0, less than or equal to 0, the function is defined as lambda into x square minus 2x. Greater than 0, the function is 4x plus 1. So to find left limit, we have to use this lambda x square minus 2x. So left limit is x tends to 0 minus f of x, that is limit x tends to 0 minus lambda x square minus 2x. So when you find the left limit, you put x is equal to 0 minus h. So when x approaches 0, h tends to 0, lambda. So replace x by 0 minus h, the whole square, minus 2 into 0 minus h. When you put h as 0, then it becomes 0 here. This is also 0. Finally, the answer is 0. Now we move on to the right hand limit. Limit x tend to 0 plus of f of x. Limit x tend to 0 plus. Right of 0, the function is 4x plus 1. So limit h tend to 0, f of 0 plus h. You have to replace x by 0 plus. Put h as 0. It will become 4 into 0 plus 1. So the right hand limit is 1 and left hand limit is equal to 0. So left hand limit is 0, right hand limit is 1. That means the limit doesn't exist. The limit x tends to 0 of f of x doesn't exist. So the question is, for what value of lambda? Whatever be the value of lambda, the limit doesn't exist. So the limit for no value of lambda, f is continuous. Whatever value you substitute for lambda, the function is not going to be a continuous function. So limit x tends to 0, f of x doesn't exist. So for what value of lambda is the question. For no value of lambda, whatever value you substitute for lambda, the function is not going to be a continuous function. So for no value of lambda, f is continuous at x is equal to 0. Now the same question, they ask you to find what about the continuity at x is equal to 1. For what value of lambda, the function is continuous at x is equal to 1. Now let us see at x is equal to 1, but the function is given as less than 0, it is lambda into x square minus 2x, and greater than 0, it is 4x plus 1. So greater than 0 means at 1, greater than 1 is also 4x plus 1. Isn't it? Greater than 0, 1 is greater than 0. 1 is greater than 0. So the function is everywhere, it is 4x plus 1. Greater than 0, everywhere the function is 4x plus 1. So less than 1 also the function is 4x plus 1. Less than 1, because it is greater than 0, so less than 1 also the function is 4x plus 1. So let us find the left hand limit. Limit x tends to 1 minus of the function. X tends to 1 minus is 4x plus 1. Whenever you find the left hand limit, you put x is equal to a number very close to 1 left of 1. So it is x is 1 minus h, very close to 1. So put x tends to 1, h tends to 0. So h tends to 0, you replace x by 1 minus h. So h is 1 minus h, the function is 4 plus 1, 5. Now come to the right hand limit. Right hand limit is limit x tends to 1, 4x plus 1. So if it is right hand side, you put x is equal to 1 plus h. So 4 into 1 plus h plus 1. So substitute h is 0, it will become 5. So the right side, the function is 4x plus 1, replace x as 1 plus h. So you get the answer 5. What about the value of the function? That is also 4x plus 1, because the function is defined like greater than 0, it is 4x plus 1. The function greater than 0, it is 4x plus 1. So at 1 also, greater than 0 means 1 is greater than 0, right? 1 is greater than 0. So for 1 also the function is 4x plus 1. So f of 1, the value of the function at 1, 4x plus 1, substitute x is 1. So it will become 5. So left hand limit is equal to right hand limit. That means the limit at x tends to 1, f of x exists. And that is also equal to f of 1. The limit value is equal to the value of the function. Therefore, the function is continuous at x is equal to 1. For what value of lambda? For any value of lambda, it is independent of lambda. So that lambda is somewhere, it is not even near the function. So it is independent of lambda. For any value of lambda, whatever the value of lambda, doesn't matter. The function is continuous at x is equal to 1. Next question, question number 19. Show the function defined by g of x is equal to x minus greatest integer function of x is discontinuous at all integral points. So this bracket, this bracket denotes a closed interval. The bracket denotes the greatest integer less than or equal to x. So what is the greatest integer function? That you should know. The greatest integer function is, if it is 2, it is 2 itself. If it is 2.1, it is 2. See, 2.1 lies between two integers. What are they? 2.1, it lies between 2 and 3. So this greatest integer function is, you should write an integer which is not greater than 2.1. The 2.1 lies between 2 and 3. You should write the integer which is not greater than 2.1. So you will write the previous integer. So you will write 2. You won't write 3. Okay, now let a be any integer. This a can be, a is a positive integer, or a is negative integer, or a is 0. Anything. It can be anything. So let us find a, the left-hand limit of a. The question is, we have to prove that this function is discontinuous at all integral points. So we have taken a be an integer. It can be a negative integer or a positive integer or anything, or 0. So now let us find the left-hand limit. So left-hand limit is left of a. So left of a is, the function is given as x minus x, the greatest integer of x. You have to replace x by, you're going to find the left limit, so you have to replace x by a minus h. So g of x means g of a minus h. So x is replaced by a minus h minus a minus h. Now let us see. Suppose your a is 3. Suppose a is 3 and your h is some 0.1. What is a minus h? What is a minus h? 3 minus 0.1, right? What is 3 minus 0.1? 2.9. What is the greatest integer of 2.9? I told you, 2.9 lies between 2 and 3. 2.9 lies between 2 and 3. You should write the integer which is left of 2.9. So 2.9, greatest integer of 2.9 is 2. So this 2 is nothing but 3 minus 1, isn't it? This 2 is 3 minus 1. So I can write a minus h as a minus 1, isn't it? See, a minus h, I got the answer 2. This 2 is nothing but 3 minus 1. So that means it is nothing but a minus 1. I'll give another example. Suppose your a is 9 and h is 0.1. What is a minus h? 9 minus 0.1, that is equal to 8.9. What is the greatest integer of a minus h? That is greatest integer of 8.9 is 8. 8 is nothing but 9 minus 1. So you can write 8 as 9 minus 1. It is nothing but a minus 1. So here you can see in this g of a minus h. So you are replacing x by a minus h minus a minus h. So this greatest integer of a minus h is nothing but a minus 1. Okay, this is what I give an example. Go through the example. So a minus h is nothing but a minus 1. Okay. So is 1 less than this a. So a minus h is 2.9. The greatest integer of 2.9 is 2. This 2 is 3 minus 1. That's what we're writing it as a minus 1. So a minus h is a minus 1. So when you substitute h is 0, a minus a plus 1. The left hand limit is equal to 1. Now we will see the right hand limit. Limit x tends to a, g of x. Limit x tends to a, the function is x minus greatest integer of x. So we have to replace x by a plus h. So a plus h minus a plus h tend to 0. Now what happens to the right side? Suppose a is 8 and h is 0.1. What is a plus h? That is nothing but 8 plus 0.1, that is 8.1. What is the greatest integer of 8.1? You know that 8.1 lies between 8 and 9. So it is nothing but 8. 8 means just a. So if it is a plus h, the greatest integer of a plus h will give you a itself. So a plus h will give you a itself. A minus h will give you a minus 1. Greatest integer of a plus h will give you a itself. So here a plus h is replaced by a. So you cancel minus a and plus a, you get h. H tend to 0 is 0. So right hand limit is 0 and left hand limit is equal to 1. So the function is not continuous because the left hand limit is not equal to right hand limit. That means limit doesn't exist. Therefore the function is discontinuous at all the integral points. Whether it is greater than 0 or less than 0, the same thing. So the function is discontinuous at all integral points. We move on to the next question. Question number 20. Is the function defined by f of x is equal to x square minus sin x plus 5 continuous at x is equal to pi. So at pi we have to find, so f of pi is x square, replace it by pi square minus sin pi plus 5. You know the sin pi value is equal to 0. So it is pi square plus 5. Now left hand limit, pi left of this, you have to find left hand limit. X tends to pi minus x square, the same function, left limit, right limit, x square minus sin x plus 5, the same function everywhere. So replace x by pi minus h. The function is left of this, so it is pi minus h. So when you put x as pi minus h, when x tends to pi, when x approaches this, h will tend to 0. So h tend to 0, replace x by pi minus h the whole square minus sin pi minus h plus 5. So it is pi square minus sin pi plus 5. Once again sin pi is 0. So pi square plus 5. Similarly, the right limit, the same function, but it is pi plus h. So h tend to 0, pi plus h the whole square minus sin pi plus h plus 5. So once again sin pi is 0. So left limit, right limit all are equal. The limit exists and the value of the function is also equal to pi square plus 5. Therefore the function is continuous at x is equal to pi. Thank you.